Hi. Anything going on? You guys been watching anything good over the last couple of weeks? I don't know. Maybe the finale of your favorite show is the finale of the Owl House, and we're here with the goddess herself, Dana, the creator, Terrace. We're also here.
Connection. Not the poor connection.
Not okay, right. We also have not the collector, the creator, Rebecca Rose, wearing her sweet, sweet king shirt. We have Nikki Robles, Voice of Loose, wearing her Boiling Isle shirt, which is real dope. We have dogs trying to eat us from below.
Kill Dana. We always give Dana some.
And we are joined by special guest Avi Roque and also Zelda Black. Also, I forgot my sweet, sweet cable that connects to microphones, so sound's gonna be great tonight, guys. We're super excited.
I will talk so quietly.
Right, Dana's gonna make you lean in. Hi, guys. Hi, we're back. It's been a minute. I've missed you all very much. And thanks for making me cry again. I love you for that. Tell me how you're feeling about after all of this.
Oh, I've already put like 200 hours into video games that I've missed.
Nice.
Yeah, I beat Hades. Well, not like, all of it, but I beat the main storyline and did a couple other things. Octopath Traveler is hilariously like cheesy, and it makes my heart grow 10 times larger. I love it. Super goofy and Little Nightmares, and that's just basically what I've been doing.
Okay, all right.
Coping.
So you guys both already saw the finale. I'm just gonna point like this, like it's not weird.
Yeah.
Before it came out on TV, you guys already saw it.
She was like,
So,
yeah, we all saw it.
Forget the both of you. Friends, reactions, thoughts.
Move the camera this way.
I'm trying. I'm sorry. We're going back super lo-fi.
Reactions.
Wait, the part where you said you cried harder than you've ever cried in your life.
yeah,
Is it when you said I should have
that
said
was?
thank you?
No.
No?
Nope.
When was it?
It was the quinceañera when I'm doing I learned a language and I'll never forget it. And if Boiling Isles changed me in ways I'll never forget that one. Was when I was
a whole chapter of my life is over.
Yes, a whole chapter of my life is over. It was literally so meta for exactly what was happening to me. And so I said it, and I really thought I was okay when I went to the session. We were like, oh, don't cry, ha. I was like, no, I'm totally fine, I'm totally fine. I said that line once, and I didn't have a single tear. I went I said it once, then I went.
It was immediate.
I was immediate. Keening in the room. I was like, I need 1 minute.
Either we hadn't met yet, so I was just I'm just watching this woman cry over Zoom in a recording.
I'm so sorry, and I'm normally so good about
met
zipping
yet?
back in.
Was that one of your first recordings?
Oh my
No,
god.
it wasn't. We hadn't started PostHoot yet.
Holy shit.
Because it was we recorded that really early.
Yeah, it
2022.
was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was just script.
'Cause we
You
hadn't
were
met
just
yet.
on the page.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Avi, how's it feel to be an evil, evil bastard?
That
You
was
were one of
honestly.
my first record sessions that I said, and
No
it was Evil
way.
Bellows. Yeah.
Okay, that was cool. I think if
That's a
anything,
good
it
one.
was.
It was. It was great.
You got juicy
Killed
ones.
it.
It was a
So
cool
good.
exit. It was a cool.
As soon as it was over, I
moment.
texted Avi. I was like, Avi, you were so good. I know we're friends, but you were scary.
I think that was so fun to get to flex these muscles that I didn't know I had, and to really play with character and what the story was around. I remember our voice director Eden was like, okay, so we need a little hint of our actor who plays Bellows.
Yeah, Matthew Reese.
And Matthew Reese, correct. And
That old
also
chestnut.
still have Rain there. So it was
That's
just
so much
perfect
pressure to
concoction. And I was just
all you have to do is Loki imitate Matthew Reese.
but you know what's
Don't
so
worry about it.
funny?
It's
I
fine.
think that's the thing. Is I just made a choice, and I said, I got this.
God bless
You did.
Hell yeah, you
And I
did.
did.
Yeah, you did.
It's very intimidating.
Evil.
It's super intimidating.
Hearing an evil version of Rain is
It was so fun.
It was
Satisfying.
fun,
Yeah.
but also seeing it in post, seeing you do it is
Right.
oh, that's sick. They nailed it. Awesome.
Yeah.
And then seeing it with Rain, the character, on screen.
So
It's
good. I had that moment. I was
intense.
like, you were like, oh, that's my friend.
Also, I wanted a whole episode of just of Avi's struggle versus Bellows. Like I felt like we'd have done that for an hour.
Oh my god.
We could
I'm
talk
sorry,
about
like,
so
I
many
really like.
things
I
we
was
could've
so
done. I'm trying
invested.
to avoid that because it's just like
But
It was so good.
I know. There's so much. There's so much. Like,
juicy.
there's so many things I want to know.
yeah.
Did you have any reactions to like seeing it on TV for the first time?
You know, I had seen the episode before, but it was also for my birthday weekend. I know, and I got to spend it with my family, and it was just really emotional because it was like seeing it on TV was just like, oh, this hits different.
Yeah.
And so like I was all choked up.
And
like,
your
the
name
whole
was in the
time.
credits.
It was Night at Insane.
Which one was it?
The one with Barkus, that new Hexide that runs out with the
Yes.
potion
Yes.
in the window. It's my new profile pic on Twitter.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so I don't know, it was just very emotional. And just
Yeah.
like a full circle moment. Just kind of, oh, you're gonna cry.
Listen, I cry about everything. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, no, it was really, really cool.
It was really neat. I had been traveling, and I got back on the 8th at night, and I watched it. I was jet lagged AF, and I was like, "Listen up, family, we're watching the finale." And
What time? Like, was it like at 3
oh
a.m.?
my god! Well, I like
wake up, kids.
we sat down and like something would happen. Like I should have said thank you or whatever. And
Oh, yeah, I should have thanked them. Ugh.
yeah, like I got all teared up, and my kids were like, "Are you crying, Mom? Are you crying?" I was like, "No. Are you? Are you? Maybe."
Did you cry?
Yes, of course.
At which part?
All of it.
I
Like
had already cried.
Okay. You expended your tears for the episode.
I'm trying. You saw the tears. You both saw the tears. I expected a lot.
yeah.
oh
I
yeah,
just mean like I was choked up during it, but like I was more excited. Like everything that happened, I was like, "What's gonna happen next?
Yeah.
How does that look?
Yeah.
How did that turn out?" Like
yeah, for sure.
Mine is like so surreal. I don't feel like I feel like
I agree.
I feel like we're gonna be going in for a session like next month.
Yeah,
Don't worry
I
about it.
think that's what it
And
is.
that will make me
No,
cry.
don't say that. Don't.
I know,
Don't
and
get false
that's
hope.
not true. It's just
Don't.
my
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
my
yeah. It's not
wishful
true.
brain. But
Yeah.
yes, nothing is happening along those lines. I know everyone's been asking if there's like a sequel or anything happening. No. But if
Show
you,
ended 3 weeks ago, guys.
yeah. But I think
we can hope.
we can hope. We
I
can
think
always
it would
hope.
be fun to do more, but that would also require the studio to allow us to do more. They own the IP.
I
But-
did love the line where you were like, or somebody was like, "Oh, and Ida and Lilith was your captain when you played Grudgeby." That's a sequel I would watch. Or spin-off. Yes, thank you. I was like, Dana.
I was like, this is going to be ham-fisted as
But everyone
hell,
loved it.
but
Oh, but it was just like if
Whatever.
only we had the time for 21 more adventures.
I can't
know.
help it. Sometimes
So
I
good.
just get so pissed off. I'm like, fuck. Ugh.
That's okay.
honestly,
this is your baby and you love it.
You know
Yes.
the stages of grief. What is
Yeah.
it? Denial, anger, bargaining,
Yes.
depression, acceptance. I thought,
Bargaining.
like before the finale, I was like, I'm at the A, I'm at the acceptance. But honestly, the finale aired, and I regressed. I'm like, I'm back to anger.
Totally.
I'm like,
Totally.
That's okay.
it's
okay to
See, I don't know.
Everyone on Twitter's like, this should have gotten more episodes in another season. I'm like, yeah, I agree.
I think you hit the nail on the head, though. I think once I saw the finale, I was at full acceptance. I was like, because I was also like, I was really angry, and I was really, like, obviously, like, not angry at someone, just like upset and like sad. And then, I don't know, but it was so good. Like,
Yeah.
you can't regret something that ended so well.
Right.
Like,
I've also been awash in gratitude. Like,
Yeah.
truly.
Yes.
I know that's so fucking hippy-dippy to say, but
no.
so much gratitude. Sorry, you were gonna say. Yes.
Oh,
Like,
no, I
On
was
the show.
With all the strings and all the things you had to tie up and like explain as much as you could in the time, like I just felt like it couldn't have been more impressive. Like people were like, "Oh, I bet you like." People were like, "I don't know if I'll like the finale," and I was like, "I'll bet you good money you like the finale. What do you want to do?" Like,
we certainly did our best, and
Yeah,
you
you
know,
did.
there's always going to be a couple thousand things that we want to
Yeah.
improve. But
Of
at
course.
the end of the day, I watched the episode. I'm like, damn, all right, that came out well.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, we
Yes,
did.
it's gorgeous. Like, I mean, the
beautiful.
fight scene,
mm-hmm.
the
Markle, Small Boo.
killing it. Yeah, just loose Ida and the King's fight scene
Yes.
Yeah.
against all the evil
Also,
Bellows.
Prickly Kitty
Infestation
Cat
like
King.
makes me so happy.
Prickly Kitty Cat.
Oh,
King.
so good.
Was
It's
my just like
so
I
sad
want
and
him
so
framed on my
cute.
wall like
Can
that.
you wait? Can you do the physicality of him again? Yes. Yeah, someone saying the music was great. The music was incredible. Everything.
Nice.
Brad
And
and TJ.
And TJ came back.
Like the whole team. They got like.
How does that process work with
Yeah,
the music?
the
Like,
music.
what do they know? What do you know? What's
I
the
mean,
discussion? What's the
At this point with Brad, I mean, we had been working with him since the beginning of season 2, and he at that time already knew kind of what the show style was, what I want, and at the top of like before. So for every animatic, and a lot of fans make animatics, so they know this, you put in temp music. It could be like licensed music that you might not be able to buy, but just something that gets the tone. When you have a composer, you have all this temp music, and you send them a bunch of stuff. Maybe some scenes are silent, and you type out your spot notes. You're like, make this a lot more intense. Maybe follow the concept of the temp music, but put a horror genre spin on it. Brad's really great at that stuff. So is TJ. So I mean, honestly, Brad's first take on the entire episode, I was just like, "Oh, great,
Okay, thanks, bye."
And then
awesome.
Perfect.
Enjoy
TJ
your life.
And TJ did this beautiful remix for the final credits, the flash forwards.
So good.
First time I heard that, guys, I don't cry. I don't like display emotions that much, but
You just like to make all of us display emotions. Go on.
yeah, no, that's the thing. But hearing TJ's remix did make me fully weep, so I appreciated that. It was very cathartic.
I remember Ryan told me, Ryan's like, hey, you should check out the server because TJ dropped in the music for the end credits. I was just like, I'm like, I have to listen to it. And the way that the actual ending theme starts playing at Flapjack's grave, I was like,
So perfect.
So good.
crying.
And I have to give full props that you brought back every single actor for that last bye.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
bless
much,
your
yeah.
sweet face.
I saw a couple compilations of this is
bye.
well no it was like this is their first line, this is their last
yeah.
line, and none of them are correct because everyone's last line
Is bye.
bye.
Including
Yeah.
Hootie. Everyone's like,
Including
Hootie didn't
Hootie.
have a line. I was like, no, Hootie said
single
surprise and bye.
I do apologize for that. Hootie deserved more lines.
Thank
My,
you.
my fault.
If only you'd had
Perfect.
21 more
Had
adventures.
so much more time.
Last time we were on here, Kenzie and I were talking about a line that Alex had that he improv'd in the finale, and it was the bye line. He added some stuff at where he was like, bye! He's like, wow, what a show! What an ending! Here comes my spinoff now! Here it comes! And then it was a flash screen. I was like, this line's never gonna make it in, but I'm just
Oh my god, I wish
that
it did.
guy
Like the
exists.
music ends,
Oh
and he's
my
just still
God.
talking.
I know.
Well, it would have
So
been. It would
good.
have just been the characters' closed mouths being like,
Well,
"Well, he's saying his line." It would have been a little much.
See, I would have loved it to cut to black, just be like, here comes my spinoff, black.
The universe says absolutely not.
But yeah, that was wonderful.
A lot of questions about the Hootie coming out of Papa King's eye, or Papa Titan's
Yes.
eye. Can you talk
That
about
was my question too. When I was doing ADR, I was like, "What is that?"
Yes.
And I had to stop and ask Dana 16 questions. So yes, let's deep dive. Let's dive in.
I actually. How do I navigate this? I won't say much in hopes that I get to do a little more in the future, whether it be this or that. I won't say much, just the slim chance that I can still have fun with that story. But I will say, this YouTube reviewer, and shout out to all the YouTube reviewers.
Yes.
Just a few off the top of my head. Zach Reacts, The Third Bill, you of course, Man of 1,000 Thoughts. I all of, and I'm missing a couple, but so cool. Thank you guys for reviewing the show. Anyway, The Third Bill, you got it right.
Yay!
And I'm not gonna go be more specific than that. You'll have to figure that out. But you did mention in an offhand comment, and I was like, "Fuck, someone got it."
I think I know.
Rewrite
what you're talking
everything.
about. Yeah.
Everyone here knows.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Do we want to go into some actual?
Yeah.
So
Let's go into.
We compiled a list because we got a lot of questions.
we got so many. Thank you so much.
And
for all the
Elijah,
questions.
I love your reviews. Thank you.
Yes, Elijah. Yes, thank you.
Sorry.
No. How
Okay.
dare you be on camera?
So starting us off, this is a question I had, but I thought people would like to know about it anyway. Okay. So
We don't have a microphone, so you're going to have to say it louder.
Oh, no. So this is a question I had, but I think people would like to know about this because I do see a lot of people ask this. So there's kind of like a misconception about season 3 that we had all these episodes planned out, written out, and then we found out about the season 3 situation, and we're like, okay, we have to condense all these episodes that we had into 3 specials. But that's not actually the case because you found out in season 2.
Yeah.
So how did the writing change
And
for
early
season
in
2
season 2.
Yeah.
and subsequently season 3?
It's a little bit of both. We had an ending in mind, and there's an ending that I had always wanted to do since development that we didn't get to do. It would have created too much setup. We just didn't have the time. But that's also what I'm hoping. If there is something in the future, I still think it could be a satisfying kind of button on the whole story.
So keep being loud about how much you like the Owl House,
Keep
please.
watching
Just
on
keep
Disney
telling them.
Plus.
Yep. We love you. Thank you.
Oh,
But
lots of hearts.
we all of season 2A was written without the knowledge of the cancellation. Follies of the
211.
211
Follies of the Coven Day Parade.
Rebecca knows all of them.
was the first episode fully within with the knowledge that like, oh, we gotta ramp stuff up, and that's, I mean, partially reason why
There's such a tonal change.
Yeah, everyone talks about the tonal change in season 2, and there is a big one. But 211 is where we officially were like, well, we can't like dance around it anymore. We can't be cute about it anymore. Just go full tilt.
A beach episode. A shopping episode.
But we did have plans. We did have places we wanted to go. I mean, the Galderstones was a whole thing that I was planning on having fun with. A couple more. Man, the Coven Heads. We're gonna explore the Coven Heads more. That like, it's kind of pretty clear. The Bat Queen.
Oh.
Yes, I was
know,
waiting for
I
a lot
know.
more meat
Yes.
I think it's pretty easy to see like what we had to prioritize and what we unfortunately had to
deprioritize.
It was just like a hard situation for everyone in the writers' room, but at the end of the
We
day,
did great considering
Yeah.
what we were given.
I think.
No kidding.
Yeah, I mean, all I can say is we did our best, and I'm
Yeah.
happy that people still connected to it.
Yeah.
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 There's the opportunity
But it-
for more if you voice your interest.
Yeah.
You can
Hey, if
potentially
you guys
get more
keep
content.
being loud about how much you love this show,
But
keep
also,
watching and keep,
And support all these excellent Etsy artists who are also
Yes.
Oh my
the
gosh.
ones
Yeah.
they're
Yes.
supporting right now. Yeah, support all these excellent artists.
Nikki brought me back this amazing
You're just saying
pin.
Yeah, for Sophie Scruggs.
She just gave it to me. Who is it?
Sophie Scruggs.
Sophie Scruggs
Guys,
gave me, like,
I
made this
believe.
pin.
I also
Unless I'm
wanna-
wrong.
I
Then
also-
Sophie, I'm really sorry.
Sorry, I do want to say, it's not like we had whole episodes written that we just had to suddenly trash. They were ideas. They were 1-sentence ideas written on a whiteboard.
Board?
Yeah, that we
I
were
think
like
that's still,
percolating in our
somewhere at
brains, but it
TVA.
was like they were never outlines. They were never scripts. So like,
But they were in your head.
They were
there's a lot of
ideas.
things in my head. I have too much things in my head. That's all. Yeah, that's all. I'm just happy with what came out because I still think it was pretty damn cool.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it really is.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we got to kind of go out because they were like, 45-minute plus specials.
I mean,
It's like,
that was fun to work with.
It was
too.
a lot of fun to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
It was, I mean, yeah. Even if I hadn't been involved in the show, like, there's no way you can't not be a fan. And it's funny to me how it follows me everywhere. Like I was just telling these guys, I was in Ireland and I went to a little tiny island of population 280 and I was wearing that beanie right there. And someone recognized it.
Nerdy cat.
Yes.
Nerdy cat cosplay, yeah.
Yeah, I wear that all
And
the
my
time.
husband was wearing this, my sweatshirt in the airport, in like this tiny airport in Dallas, and there was like 3 people in the airport who were like, "Where'd you get that? I love that show." And I was like, "That's wild." We were sitting around for like 30 minutes. We weren't early. Like it's really exciting.
Yeah.
And like the random people you get to bond with because of it.
The
Yeah.
international reach is real.
Yes.
Yeah,
The international
for real.
has been really, really cool.
That's been
Really
unexpected.
cool.
and
Cut
very
back
nice.
to my experience last month at Disneyland, where I was wearing a King sweatshirt, and I saw someone else with a King sweatshirt and a hex hat, and I was like, "Oh my god, I love your sweatshirt!" And they just side-eyed me and kept walking. I was like,
Nasty, nasty,
What?
nasty.
I don't know if they didn't hear me. I don't know if they were just too shocked.
You know, maybe
But
they're
I was
having
like,
a rough day. It
Maybe. I
happens.
hope they enjoyed the park. But I was just like, I was so excited. I was like an Owl House fan in the wild. And I was like,
Anyone who ignores Rebecca can catch these claws.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Give him this
ignore
claw.
me.
if you're watching this, I hope you had a lovely day at the
I
parks.
don't. I
I'm
don't.
glad to see
I
you.
hope you got a
House
blister
Road.
on your big
No,
toe.
don't be like that.
But yes.
Don't be rude to Rebecca.
Amazing.
You know, okay, fair. Okay, fair.
Yeah, Rebecca's like the nicest
The
person on the face
nicest
of the
person
planet.
on
Sorry, dog under the table.
She's trying to play
She's
ball.
been dropping this ball at our
Avi's
feet
been,
this
yeah,
whole
Avi's
time.
playing.
I've been trying.
And look at Luna.
Oh.
She's like, what? She's a great
Nice.
catcher, yeah. Yes.
Okay, let's
Anyway,
see. Moving
more
on.
questions.
Okay, ooh, what was the inspiration for String Bean and being a snake shifter? Did you have any other plans for String Bean as a snake, or were there other options?
So you know how Albert is in the title of the show? String Bean's also been there the whole time.
Shut the front door.
What?
So is that intentional when you got the logo? You're like, this is my plan.
It wasn't completely intentional, but when I saw it and I kind of flipped it around, I was just like,
I just
I'm
like
gonna
the idea
keep
that
the
you're
idea
like
for
logo
later.
and just rotating it
well,
in
also like
Photoshop.
in the first episode, while we were making the first episode, the logo wasn't 100% where it was. We were still like experimenting with different designs.
I've seen some of those really cool.
They're
Bitch,
really cool.
where?
It's
Yeah.
the L, right? Is it
It's the
um,
L of the Owl House, and then the
ball at the end?
L of the owl, yeah,
The
and then the
S
S of
is
the
the
house.
snake.
If you turn it this way,
Oh, shut the front door. There she is.
But like,
Listen.
it wasn't made intentionally, but like I
Shut up.
Dana had too much coffee
said,
then.
don't know if you
we
can
we always
see
like the
that.
idea of Luce having a connection with snakes because it was the first thing she brought to the school, and having her kind of reclaim this thing that she terrorized her classmates with.
I knew she'd be a snake. I knew it.
that was the one
shedding-
in
and
the
shedding her
recording.
skin.
Literally,
In the recording.
Yeah, she kept
Nikki was
touching
literally just like, I always knew it would be a snake, and Dana comes in over Zoom like, you know you did
She's
it.
like, fuck you, Dana. I did.
And then
I did. I was like satisfied when I saw her. I was like, yes, it's right. Like,
for the snake shifter idea specifically is like, okay, in the room there were also lots of other ideas. What if it was this? What if it was that? What if it was a cat or like Amity's? And I was like, no, you're wrong. And one of our writers, Zach Marcus, just sits in the back of his chair, is like, snake shifter.
You're like, yes.
And I am a sucker for a lame pun, and I'm just
also,
like, yeah.
that was an excellent Zach Marcus impression. I felt like I was transported. I felt like I was
She's like, he was here.
Barkus?
So yeah, that's Marcus, Zach Marcus. We all got
I know.
cameos.
I love it.
Everyone
And you
got it.
had
It
a
was legit,
second
though.
cameo, not just
Yeah.
cameos.
Yes, you,
Yeah.
actually, you.
I know. I was shook. I was like,
One of the board artists drew me in like an actual humanoid version of
Yeah.
me into walking into Hexside, and it made it to post, and I was just like, oh, this is cool.
It's so cute. It's so cute.
And you have like the little owl pin in your hat too, which
Yeah,
is cute.
and I'm beekeeping and what's wrong with me? Oracle Coven, because I'm like, oh, I guess it makes sense. I've always been able to see the future of this show. more than
Does that make us
anyone,
the beasts?
'cause I'm the no, that's just because I like. That's just because I really like animals.
So we're animals then.
Really? No.
I always knew.
Dana was just
I'm sorry.
wrangling us every day.
Lizards. And
I definitely
cats
need
and-
wrangling, though. I'm not going to defend myself here. I have nothing. Avi needs wrangling.
What?
What?
Why?
Abby was great. As someone who sat in on your record sessions, you were
Thank
wonderful.
you. That,
Yes,
y'all,
you
that was
are.
my first ever shut up.
No
Stop
big
it.
deal.
Stop it.
Just like acting aside.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Just woke up here.
Listen.
They're not siblings, I swear.
Listen. No relation. What, did Rain have a talisman
Yeah, lots of people are asking
Yes,
about
they
that.
got revealed at the very end.
It was a fox?
We do see the Rain's Palisman in the
very
finale.
end.
Why are you laughing over there?
Fine.
was,
Yes, we see
yeah.
Rain's Palisman, and the idea is like they always hid the Fox Palisman. I don't recall if we gave
To keep
them
it
a name,
safe.
but
it
yeah, but hid
safe.
them in the design of the violin.
I remember Kenzie and I talked about this, and like,
details.
because Rain smashes their violin, and Kenzie's like, "Yeah, that's Rain's Palisman." I was like, "Wait, so are they dead?" Like, and then they show up in that. I was like,
It makes it. Hunter and Dell worked together to remake that talisman, and it's all happy and healthy now, and it's fine.
Wonderful.
It's all great.
Yay.
It was just
We
it
love a
wasn't
healthy
the
talisman
stuff. It was like imagine the staff.
Oh shit! I gotta go
Not
get
the
stringy.
Okay.
I love that Hunter ends up being a palisman carver. That was so
Yeah.
really sweet. That was really sweet.
Speaking
Okay.
of Hunter and Clawthorns,
Look at her scheme. She's scheming.
any more backstory you wanted to share about Caleb, Evelyn, and Flapjack?
Save it for the spin-off. Don't tell him nothing.
Oh my god!
Okay, Nikki.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Flexing.
Don't worry. I'm bringing back up.
We have this is the intermission.
This is the intermission. This is a little string bean. Her tongue comes
Oh
off.
my gosh.
Just a baby.
This is from Toy Ginger Craft,
I'm leaving.
who is amazing.
I'm sure. You know what? I'm sure
This
Rain
is
one
a
will be.
big string
This
bean
is like. This is a
That's so good.
legit.
that I managed to fly with. So
So good.
You have to bring us in a plate.
I taped this to my you know, like you have like the thing, the carrier for your posters.
Yeah, yeah.
So I duct taped the staff to it, and TSA was like,
They're like, what
fuck
is
it, I
this?
don't even want to ask. And they just like, checked it. And I just had her in my suitcase, and I was like, on the plane, people were like, be cool. Act natural.
Incredible. Just the, I mean, I've said it before and I will say it until the day I die. The artistry of this fandom is really
Like, how are you guys
just
so
amazing.
talented?
You're
So
all
quick.
so inspiring and
Yeah,
so
and
cool.
quick. Like,
I just,
you
and
just-
quick, yes.
But like this, I can't believe.
This is so cool.
With human hands, you
I
can hold
might
it.
steal
You can hold. No, you won't.
If anybody wants to make an extra talisman for Rebecca,
Yeah, maybe
This
for
is
Rebecca.
Lilith.
They raffled one off, I think, for like $500.
Wow.
wow. No, someone is making me a Lilith one.
That's wonderful.
They sent me photos and it's gorgeous.
I don't know where to put it.
I can also answer this question.
Yes, I was going to ask if you wanted to go back to that question.
Oh, yes.
Do you want to talk?
So, in terms of Evelyn, Flapjack, etc., one detail I like to think of is when we were writing thanks to them, people think like, oh, was Evelyn's spirit in Flapjack? No, Flapjack was his own entity. He was his own bird. But to Bellows, to Philip, he saw Flapjack as the like culmination of the corruption in his brother, in Caleb. And he saw Flapjack as like, oh, if it weren't for you. So like somewhere you can kind of see a little hint at it in the Halloween decorations while Masha is telling the story of the brothers Wittebane. You can see that Evelyn, or a hand, is like poking out with a little bird on it. So you could stand to reason that Flapjack was kind of the first introduction to magic that Caleb Caleb was introduced to. So Evelyn, perhaps disguised as a human, hiding her ears, just being like, oh, what's this place about? Might have been like, you seem like a reasonable young man, unlike most people in this place. You seem a little less violent than
I'm
everyone.
probably not going to burn me at the start.
and me through this portal.
Well, I mean, like, I don't know, like, dog owners becoming friends because they just pass each other every day and their dogs are friends. Like, perhaps it was something like
I
that.
don't know that
They
I'm
were on
friends with the other
similar
dog owners. I'm friends with the dogs.
roofs.
If I stop you for your dog,
that's
I'm interested in only your dog.
But, yeah, I guess that's a little more information that I can give you for
That's
that.
really sweet.
I like to think that Evelyn and Caleb's relationship was very sweet from like the beginning of a platonic curiosity to eventually being romantic, and oh yeah, it was a tragedy, but
Yes.
it was good
A
for
bit.
a bit.
It's a bit of a
It was
downer.
good for a bit. It was good for
Yeah.
a bit.
did the Clawthorne family ever discover that they were descendants of Evelyn and Caleb?
Ooh. Ida does not know. Hunter does not know. And the rest of what I have in my head, I will not say.
Okay.
Fair.
Yeah.
Who had the old house that get Gracefield onto?
It was...
Wait, what was the question?
The old house, like the shack
Oh.
in Gracefield, who did that belong to?
Where the portal was.
Where Luce like first walked in and she
Yeah.
went through
Yeah,
the door.
yeah,
And
with the
the house,
door,
and
yeah.
the house
Is
that,
that
the house that
And
Hunter
at the
and
end,
Luce
it
went
said
in.
it was for sale. Was the shack for sale, or was our house for sale? Or were we moving to the boiling house permanently?
Luce?
Yeah.
Luce is going there for college, so she will be spending probably the majority of the year there. Still come back to see family.
So
and her
why
mom
did it
and
say
stuff.
for sale? Was
Be-
Camila going to?
The
No,
shack.
the
Just the
itself.
shack was for sale.
the property was up for sale. Just fully hit the ring light.
What are you doing?
I'll be over here breaking shit.
That wasn't me. That was not me.
That's a copy. So embarrassing.
Just blame.
So
That's
embarrassing.
Blame me.
Camila bought the shack so that they could be attached to the portal, so Luce could go to school. And while Luce was finishing high school in the human realm, she could, holidays and weekends and etc. She could visit everyone she loves.
That is very cute.
That's really sweet.
Who did it belong to?
Oh, that's right. Sorry, that's the original question.
That's sweet, but who is the previous homeowner?
We never got to explore this, but I guess it goes back to the Caleb and Philip story. It could have originally been the home of Caleb and Philip, long abandoned. Ida comes out there for the first time when she first travels through the portal door, escaping from her mother during episode 204. She comes out, this ancient shack. It's just an absolute wreck. And then for the next 30 years, she slowly builds it at the same time as she's fixing up the owl house when she moves in. So it's like, okay, I do want to give a caveat for this whole stream. Everything at Google death of the author, because at this point, since I'm not working on the show, since I'm not working on anything, I am just a fan like everyone else.
This is Dana's personal fanfiction.
Yeah, so you
is Dana's
can
headcanons now.
you can consider these just all of my single headcanons, and if you prefer your headcanon, that's just as freaking valid right now. So
I have more questions on your headcanon than over here.
okay, doke.
So the owl house,
Yeah.
the concept, the name, Ida being the owl lady, is it all just based on Albert? Like that's her palisman?
No, because she becomes the owl beast before she gets Albert.
Oh, so that's
And-
just a coinky dink.
Yeah, when
So
she
the owl beast is just like a random
there is
form
a
for her.
yes, the this is one of the things I miss. We were planning on doing an episode where she says that she learned how to carve palisman with her father Del.
Yes.
We were planning on showing that a little bit, and this journey of kind of reclaiming the image of an owl.
She carved Albert.
Yes, I still have an outline of it in my head.
Oh, that's satisfying.
Yeah.
That's really sweet.
Wow. Let's end on that. No,
Okay, bye.
we're done. I'm just gonna sit with that for a little.
Ooh, about the house in Gracefield, can I say something that was in the rough animatics in our storyboards?
No.
Yes, of course.
When Luce and Hunter went in the basement, when the possum runs out, originally, Hunter and Philip's, graves were down there. They, made graves in their house.
Shorts. That's dark.
That was
And we ended up cutting that.
It was a cool image because it was based off of this church in New Haven that I used to walk by every day on my way to school.
And there were tombs in it?
Well, if you go into the basement, there is tombs, and
Yes.
it's very creepy, and it's very just like, oh yeah, we got some tombs from the 1600s in our basement.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Some tour guide. Just showing
Completely
you.
underground.
The catacombs.
Yeah.
Forget the Halloween decorations. Just go down there.
And as a lot of you know, Gravesfield is based on a couple different places in Connecticut, so it was just an idea. It didn't have any story purpose, and when we realized that it didn't fit with the story, we axed it. But it would have been cool. But then we were just like, who's there?
Digging the graves. That's when we had the original Bellows design, right? When he was taking over animals too, right?
Oh, he still takes over animals, but then we were like, oh, that's going to be a lot to animate, but
It was really cool though.
If there's ever an art book.
One of our previous character designers, Marina Gardner,
Yeah.
they did an amazing set of Bellows designs.
We allude to it kind of in thanks to them.
It'd be amazing if those
of
get
what the
posted.
design originally was so good.
Yeah.
But if there's ever an art book.
The design still came out
Yeah, it really
good,
did.
in my opinion.
It really did.
Does the eye on the portal come from Papa Titan's missing eye?
Gee. Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Wow, I would have
Period.
never.
Wonderful.
Like, you guys saying this, and my brain's like,
Period. That's it.
That's the most direct answer we'll probably get from Dana today.
Right.
What? I've been very honest.
But just like, yes. No anything else. Yes. Period. And okay. Is Hunter bi or any other canon sexualities of characters?
Actually, yes, Hunter is bi and Willow is pan, and that's not like again death of the author. But I like when we started writing those two.
I'm waiting for the hearts to
Romances?
just start.
Wait for it.
Everyone had different headcanons.
Here it goes, here it goes.
People would
Where
be
is it?
disappointed. But
I'm waiting to. My Wi-Fi password.
sorry.
And we're back.
Hello.
Problem, it's me.
that's how I always wrote them. That's how I always imagined them in my mind. But since it's not explicitly stated or shown in the show, again, it's just a headcanon. Death of the author. But yeah, some people just picked that up on Twitter and around online. I was just like, oh heck, that was exactly what I was thinking.
Cool. That's amazing. Cool.
Okay. What was the book Amity gave to Lilith in the epilogue, and what is Amity and Lilith's relationship like now?
I like to think that they rekindled their like student mentor relationship. I mean, obviously Lilith is a grown person now. She has new experiences, but she also still has a lot of knowledge about Boiling Isles history. And Amity, having worked in the library part-time for a lot of Hexside, probably like would be very interested in that stuff. So again, that's
so
just
great.
I love the
Yeah.
secret message, like not secret, but like the blink and you miss it messages on the map. Like,
Oh yeah, that was
Call-
Zaria Ran. who
call
did those.
Flora
those,
just
yeah,
to
those are
brag.
so cute. I saw the little hoodoo drawing and I was like, hell yeah.
Well, Zaria, Dresden, and Mike and I actually did an interview with a man who does Sit Down and Think and Men of 1,000 Thoughts on YouTube. And Zaria was talking about how like originally she just did like the prop,
you
just
need to
like
see
a
Rebecca
base.
holding, and I need to get the full thing.
Holding
here.
it for
There we
like
go.
life force right
My
now.
child.
Okay, so
Did like the map, and there were like no notes on it, and like you were the one who actually suggested to Zaria like, hey, you should like add some notes on there, just like some fun little doodles and stuff like that. And Zaria like just took that and ran because it's like Hootie's the curator, like call book for student projects,
I was like,
contact Flora and rub it in her face. It was so great.
so good.
But yeah, shout out to our design team because they always just took anything that they were given and just ran with it.
yeah.
Made me very happy. And I we've talked about this before, but like, I hadn't seen anything other than like the actual lines that I recorded. So like the nightmare sequence and the
bye.
and
That's
bye
what you did for the longest
but like I didn't know that she got harpy form. I didn't
Yeah,
know that
that's cool.
she was gonna become the curator, like or the librarian or
Why
whatever.
did you make that happen? Why did you do that?
Yeah, why didn't you like write Lilith in?
No, why didn't you let Lilith see the script?
Why
Oh,
did everyone gets the script?
I don't get the full
No,
script. No,
she does not.
I just got my lines.
Sissy
I thought
just
that
gets
too.
her
I was
lines.
like, what do
That's
you mean?
not.
So evidently, I'm like, you
Hold
only
on.
get your lines.
Hold on. Apparently, we're being bombed. One moment. Sorry.
Military planes.
Stop our stream.
We're getting us all the.
Yeah, Disney's telling us to stop with the
Right.
spoilers.
Wait.
All right.
Did you get your scripts? You just got your lines, right?
I feel like at one point I had full. I don't know. I feel like I thought
I think
full
it's just like if you guys were like really prominent in the
Yeah.
episode, you got the full script,
Which makes
but
sense.
otherwise,
Yeah.
didn't.
That's what I was
Fighting.
going to say to Sissy. I was like, could you believe that? And she's like, I know what you're talking about.
I don't know. I feel like because
Then I have to ask Dana. I was like, hey, so
I don't know. I recorded in studio, so I feel like the studio would print out the script. So
No.
No, that's the thing. This was that like people not getting the full script is a result of the pandemic. They would only see
Right.
them like
You're
a
just
couple
getting your
lines,
lines.
maybe a little bit of context.
Right.
But like
Or
if
you're
you
running out of
before,
paper.
before quarantine, I mean, they would fully print out like
a full script.
full
Right.
scripts for every actor
Yeah.
coming
Oh
in.
yeah, I have a bunch of them
What
because I was so scared
happens
to
to
throw
those?
them
Do
out.
they like shred them?
No, I don't know. Every time
no,
I
they-
accidentally took
yeah,
them
they have
home.
a shredding company.
Every time I accidentally
Alright.
took them home, they're in my room. There's like a stack like this because I was like, I don't throw them out. And I get
Did Mickey
But I
Mouse
think-
show up at your door just like, oh,
I think that's what it
you
was.
never-
I'm being. Excuse me, I'm talking. I'm kidding.
You let them on one episode.
I'm kidding. I'm
No,
trying.
please, go ahead.
I'm trying to offer
Sit here with
insight.
the girl.
I'm trying to offer insight.
Whatever.
Listen, all I'm saying is I went into a studio. I think they printed out the script, but I don't have time to read the script, so I'm literally just
22
I'm
pages.
I'm like, excuse me, let me read
But
the
like
script.
in the room, yeah, in the room.
Yeah,
In the
Yeah,
room,
for
it's
sure.
there, but we're going page
You're like,
by page. Yes.
No, some people are like that though.
No.
way.
Oh yeah, I mean.
No, all I recorded was my
Sometimes
lines.
that happens,
Yeah.
and you just gotta be there like, I respect the time and dedication you're doing this for.
I usually just pause. I'm like, I read it yesterday. I reread it. You just explained it. I still don't understand what's happening. That was always like me, and I was like, I want to act here, but I don't. I have no. I read it.
God.
I still don't understand why.
Well, it's also hard because like we'll see the lines, but like maybe the background isn't completely fleshed out, or we don't. You know what I mean? So like we have to rely on Dana
there were
and
so
Eden
many
for
things.
context.
Like, well, when and like even the last episode when I'm like turning into like the moldy thing, and then I was like, why is everything red? I was like, Dana was like, and I was like, am I dead? And she's like, I was like, I'm dead. Like,
Oh, by the way, faux Cobra. So the way that my start date was, I got invited to the crew holiday party before my official start date.
my
Yeah.
And we were at the holiday party, and I think it was Andy and Bo. And I had not seen the second half of season 2. I had not seen anything of season 3 because I had not had my official start date. And Bo's just like, yeah, Luce dies. We kill Luce. And I'm just like,
That's a
with
very
with my
extreme way of
drink, I'm
putting
just
it.
like, oh, you don't say. So I had Luce dying spoiled for me before
wait.
my official
I
start
mean,
date on the show.
that's what happens when you join a crew.
I
So
know,
they're like, here's
but
all
I
the
was just,
important
but I was just
information.
sitting with that for like
that's
so
amazing.
long.
No, when
and you
Flapjack
didn't even
died-
tell us.
Who's gonna die?
When I got the script when Flapjack died, I went to dinner. I was like, "No, take me." And she's like, "Well, like you
Yes,
don't make
you
it out
would.
either." So it's like, no one makes it. And I was like, "Oh, like okay."
It was so fun coming up with those loose designs with like all the mold because we were like,
God.
how much can we hollow out Luce's head? Like,
Oh,
can we give her more holes?
My favorite when Rain sees
We're
Lucy and he
like,
goes,
are we
they go,
going too
you
far?
fluffy.
Oh my god, I remember my read of that line several times. That was like actually a very difficult line for me to deliver.
More.
I had a hard time finding that line, and Eden just settled. I was like, whatever I
That's
can
my
do.
favorite. When Eden's like, "Okay,"
Eden's like,
and you're
all
like,
right.
But she says it in the nicest way.
she does, but it's just like then you see it afterwards, like, oh, but like I always tell her sometimes, I'm like, can you just give me a line reading because I've done this like 9 times and I clearly am nowhere near what you're asking for, and I'm like, so how would like Eden say it? Let's just say if Eden could act, and like let's say if Eden understood the script in a way that I'm clearly not, like what would Eden do?
What would Eden do?
That is so funny.
Ask yourself what would Eden do.
Yeah, because sometimes it's just like clear, I'm not getting it, I'm not going to get it. Like
Right.
like a joke, you know, sometimes like jokes have rhythm and
Yeah.
jokes have music.
Yeah.
So sometimes
And
like,
visual cues.
yeah, and sometimes I'm like, I know that this is a joke. Yeah, and I'm like, I know that this is a joke, but I can't hear it. Like, I'm
Yeah,
not hearing.
yeah.
Can you just say it? Because and especially when you see it, that helps. But I don't get to see it.
I started doing that. I don't know if I was supposed to send you guys animatics, but I did anyway because I was
I
like,
never got
I feel
any.
like this would help.
Saboteur!
I never
But I
got
was like,
any.
I felt it would help because I'm like, there's also a lot of efforts, and I'm just like, just giving the animatics.
No, I never got.
Eden appreciated it.
She
so
said
it's
she would
like-
do it in like in the sessions you started doing it. Like they would like because I would be like I'd ask 12 questions. They're like here, just look, and I was like, oh, so much.
Like, I would
easier.
Yeah.
sit there and I was like, Eden would ask me questions, so and Eden would be like, "What's going on here?" I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna fucking send the animatics. And it worked better.
Some stuff is like it's like very natural. Like for some reason it does make sense.
Well, just
like,
seeing a visual indicator.
but sometimes
just,
like when you
helps.
like with the thing with King, I always say like when I had to do that fall, I was like I could not understand how tall. And I was like I've seen everything in the boiling isles. Eden, that's just too long. Like I was like I'm shouting at the top of my lungs. It does not need to be this long.
It's kind of a it's always up to the showrunner to show as much as they want or can to the actors, because sometimes, like, on the show, we do pitches to each other, and we do pitches in-house, like, completely with our own voices, with our own intonations, and
I
if
love
we...
your line reads.
Thank
My
you.
favorite
so good.
ever.
They're so
My
good.
favorite ever.
And I always tell them,
You as
whenever-
Tara in For the Future, and you're like, ooh, I like musicians.
Her reads are so funny, and they're also always better than mine. And I'm always like, they're like, can you match Dana's? Like, can you match Dana's scratch? I'm like, no. Can you just leave Dana? Like, I'll sign whatever I've signed. Dana, the way Dana did is funnier, and my voice can't do it. They always have. I was in like the middle of my vocal cord surgery, and they're like, can you squeak like Dana? And I'm like, we're lucky I can talk today. Like, no, that squeak is never coming out of this body.
No, but that was the point. It's like, I fucking hate hearing my own voice and my own
I
intonations.
love.
Why would you do the scratch?
No, but like
Dana-
that's why I'm like, don't show them anything. Let them like read in their own voice, read in the character
Dana,
voices.
and you also talk so fast. Whenever I have to match her, I'm like, how did she fit all those fucking
That's-
lines? She's always like, and I'm like, I can't even think as fast as she's talking.
Not a good thing.
No, it's incredible because then I have to match you. But I'm just saying, like, when Dana did stuff, I was like, it's better. I know it was better the way she did it. Like, I don't know what to say. Like,
Eden would be like, can you do it a little bit how Dana did it?
her and Dina, wait, one of you was in the room. Remember that one time in the fight scene when Ida and Luce have their big fallout and, like, Luce, and they're, like, fighting. Yes, and Luce slides and she goes, whoosh. And someone did that in Scratch, and I begged, I was like, tell me we're keeping that. They're like, no. And I was like, please, God, can I do that? They just, it was just like,
narrate her sound effects.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was very real. And I was like, whoever did that, I don't know if they were trying to be funny or they're just brilliant. I don't know.
When you pitch, you also do the sound effects.
Like, I know, you do the sound effects, you, like narrate the accents and stuff like that. I will say,
But they had me doing ADR for and I was like, please keep it.
when we did the pitch for the finale, and it was like 4 different recorded videos, it was like over an hour and a half long. It was so long, it was like sitting down for a movie. I will say, the line that got me most choked up is when you were voicing Ida and Luce at the very end, where it was like, Ida King, thanks for everything, and like, right back at you, kiddo.
I was crying.
Yeah, like legit, and that's like what hit me so bad.
From the vaults. I Call the mouse.
Maybe
I wanna hear
someday.
it.
There's a recording of all of season 2B and all of season 3 of just my like me pitching the entire episode, because we
Dana?
would send that to executives, and then they would be like,
Dana, I would pay so much money
I guess
just to hear
it's
that.
all right.
Oh my god.
I would pay so much money just to hear
That's
that.
what got me the most choked up. It was just like,
Maybe.
We'll call the mouse.
we'll call the house.
I'll put it in a good word for us. Okay.
Moving on.
Moving on.
If the show had not been cut short, would there have been a more in-depth Hunter and Amity relationship? If so,
Hammy.
what would the dynamic be like? Amity, Mike Austin actually drew a picture of Amity as like a
I
piece
saw
of
that.
ham.
It was really funny. I mean, everyone would have gotten a little more of a chance to talk to each other and relate to each other. So I guess the long and short of it is yes, but also Hunter would have talked to, more characters like V and maybe some more Human Realm kids.
Yeah,
maybe.
Camila, I would love to see him just like
Yeah.
having a parent for the first time.
Same with, I mean, literally everyone would have had a little more time with each other. But
Would they have been like annoying siblings to each
Would
other?
Luce and Rain ever get to
Everyone
interact?
would be like, I love the sibling dynamic.
We never interact.
People were like, Luz and Ray need to speak Spanish with each other.
We never interact. We in like the whole series, I think we've said like 6 lines.
we do. When we meet.
Incredibly false.
When we
No.
meet, remember?
Yes, and I just fangirl about you.
And
We don't like have a conversation. I'm just like, you're mean. Oh my god.
And then
But I
you
mean,
see
like,
Luce
as
and
a
you look fluffier.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's
We don't
But
have
then
we
Edith
don't
has
hang
to-
out.
I'm sorry you didn't get to hang out.
But I mean,
So am I, which is what I'm saying. No, I'm just saying. It's I mean, I
We have the hex squad to hang out today. Oh my god.
we're not blaming you. We're just making notes.
We're not blaming
I
you.
thought this was a safe
This
space.
is just our
I thought this was a
headcanon.
safe space.
Where we give each other shit.
Yeah.
Where did Luce attend school after watching and dreaming? So not like what University of Wild Magic, but like high school.
Oh, I mean, high school. She finished out high school in her human school. I mean,
Props
she
to
still
her. I would be like,
That was not
no way.
But I mean, when you have the renewed motivation that like, oh, I'm gonna go to this sick place afterwards, like, she
put in the work.
like even if like high school could still be difficult, like you don't just magically suddenly have a good time in high school one year. Sometimes it's just difficult throughout, and like maybe it got gradually better for her, but having a safe space for her to go to,
yes, and
like,
a family outside of it.
Family outside of it. I think that made the difficult aspects of high school much more bearable. I know that was the case for me. That was the case for a lot of people I know. Just being able to have that escape afterwards, whatever it may be, soccer, clubs, video games, or just binging anime all the time.
Or boiling aisles, you know.
Yeah, or the boiling aisles. It's just
It was the payoff though. That's where she got to go to college.
yeah, and now she gets to go to school at the University of Wild Magic, headed by
Props to
Ida.
her. So responsible.
So good.
Yeah, she's
Can we talk for a minute about Gus's hair
Yeah.
in the finale? Oh my god, I loved it so
Gus
much.
got such a glow up.
He really
Everyone
did.
did.
So
Gus
good.
ended up
Gus
so
and
good.
Emily, though.
It
Emily
really
was a
did.
Well, you
total
designed him.
dime.
No, that was Emmy.
Was it Emmy? Oh, you did the clean though. You did like the
Oh
clean
yeah,
character
I
model
did.
pose.
I just rotated him in space, but Emmy did the design. Same with Rain. The only characters I think I specifically designed were
Amity.
no.
Whole outfit.
Okay.
You did Rain's outfit, like their
No,
whole
that was
look,
Emmy.
aesthetic. Well, that was Emmy.
But I thought you did like Prita stuff.
That was
like,
Emmy.
Wow.
Oh really?
Yeah, I mean I did a couple drawings, but Emmy's
to Emmy.
Emmy's the one who
Harpy
she comes up
Lilith?
with
Oh yeah, Harpy Lilith. Harpy
you
Lilith
did
was
Harpy
Oh yeah,
fun.
Harpy Lilith was.
No,
I
I didn't
know.
do Harpy
Sad.
Lilith. I think I only did Emera and.
Oh really?
Emera,
You did like Eber?
Scara, I did Eberwolf.
Eberwolf.
I did
I love Eberwolf.
So good.
Yeah, but
Forget.
Scara, Eberwolf,
Forget.
Emra. Yeah.
I know I had two others. It's all in my folder. Honestly, I have like I treat my brain like a computer, and those files are slowly being dragged to trash.
Somewhere.
Not trash, archive.
They're just getting buried other other folders.
I'm just starting to work on other stuff, so I'm just like, what?
But in our book, one day maybe we can
pray.
Right.
We can.
But yeah, no, all the character designs were so good.
They were amazing.
Does King's dad have a name?
It would be unpronounceable,
Oh,
but with our
dialects.
But
Yeah.
Papa Titan will do.
But yeah,
Papa
but
Titan will
dad
do.
is just fine.
that is just fine.
Does the collector visit the Boiling Isles often? Did the collector ever have a flash forward design? And has their relationship with their siblings improved at all?
Oh,
Wow.
that's such a wholesome question.
I can't say much about the archivist, but I can say
Well, let me
he never
scratch that other question that's immediately below it.
the collector never had a flash forward design because I imagine that he would mature and age so slowly compared to everyone else. So kind of similarly to King, like everyone's grown up in the flash forward. King is like
Yeah.
He's just lanky.
He's like toddler.
He's
just
a lanky
toddler
boy.
king.
His
Yeah,
horns are a
like-
little bigger.
maybe you could say the collector got like
a little taller. Like this much taller.
but not really. he's an immortal space child. That's
Are you
things out.
are you willing to talk about like where the idea for that came from?
Ooh.
Did we talk about this? Wasn't it like creepy dolls?
creepy dolls, but also a nightmare. It's talking about like the idea came from a dream.
Dana's gotta go
The
digging
birth
through
of a-
those
here's the
folders
birth of
with
an
that.
author.
I hate myself already just saying that. But that's kind of what it was.
Favorite.
Also, the head writer at the time, John Bailey Owen, J-Bo, we were just like, we were like, had a Google folder filled with just cool references of creepy dolls, of this starry aesthetic, of kind of like minimalist, liminal nightmare-scape, and we were just, yeah, we were just like, we know who the collector is going to be, we know what role they're going to play, but like what's their vibe. And that was honestly one of the most fun parts after we had to shorten everything and figure everything out, was just like figuring out the collector. It was like, this would be so cool, this would look so cool.
They got a bigger role after
Rabbit
the
hole.
shortening, right?
Yes, I mean they were always somewhat a part of it, not 100%, not so solidified, but when we got shortened we were just like, let's fucking go for it. But to answer the last part of the question, I mean, you can see it. The collector comes back after all that time to give Luce's birthday like a cool light show, some fireworks, and that's because they have stayed connected. And he visits occasionally. And
That's like so
Really
sweet
cute.
though. Like I wanted that for the collector and for King.
yeah, no, they have each other. There's a couple fan comics I've seen of people extrapolating upon that relationship and figuring things out, and I'm just like, I didn't need to tear up today.
Scratching that other archivist question.
Who wrote that?
Let me
Where'd
talk
that
about
go?
this.
on.
Do the collector and archivist refer to each other by any other names?
Bro.
That's a trap. Yeah, think of that. That's a
Yeah,
trap.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Woo!
You
The
wanna
door.
pick one?
Do the door question.
Door.
Do the door.
What's behind
happened?
this door?
Wait, which one is that?
How far are you? Hold on.
How does the door between the Owl House and
Oh.
Human Realm work? And is Hootie now permanently vacated from the house?
Hootie doesn't have to be vacated if he doesn't want to, but
Can
because
reattach himself.
But because Lulu's a foot, he's gonna be a foot.
like if you notice the door, it has a star motif on it. You can hear the collector's like recorded voice being like, "Welcome to the boiling house. Watch your step." And so Hootie, I mean, when the door isn't active, I guess Hootie could still be there, but
Squeeze
he's so...
himself inside the star-shaped hole.
But just like the portal door, it could probably like fold up. But Hootie's probably busy with his new curator job helping
He's a busy boy.
Lilith out. Yeah, for the museum.
That's right.
The museum wing of the
That bitch
library.
to work.
Okay, I'm gonna give us a time check. Did we start at 8?
Okay.
We did,
Yes,
so we're
we
an
did.
hour
Okay, we're an hour in.
An hour in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we
All right.
are we still feeling vibrant?
Yes.
Vibrant.
I'm always like,
Did you guys think we should keep going? Should we stop?
Should we just end it
Should we
right
just be
now?
done?
Sissy, cut the
Peace
stream.
out.
Cut the stream.
Okay, bye. I'm just kidding.
Bye.
Going along with that, who are the current residents of the Owl House?
You've not let go of this
What?
staff.
Well, I can't. What do you want me to do with it? It's gonna fall over otherwise.
But she's not holding it like this. She's like this. Who are the current residents of the Owl House?
feels so
It's like above her.
It's like
It's
Triton.
like it was meant for me.
Okay, and I'll load her to you, but that's the most you get.
Okay.
So your
Who are
neck
the
warmer.
current residents of the Owl House after watching and dreaming? Does Lou stay there regularly? Did Rain move in? And does Camilla visit often?
Does Rain do sleepovers? Yeah.
oh yeah, no,
Keep asking, are Rain and Ida married? People keep asking.
Is marriage a thing?
But
People
don't
want to
even-
know. Definitely not Avi. No one. Avi doesn't care.
Don't answer that.
Maybe-
Don't
maybe
answer
off screen.
that. Don't
It's
say
their
it.
business. It's no one
Don't
else's.
speak on it. Don't speak on
it you know, Rain and Ida's business is their business.
I love
Ida's
that.
a private person.
I love
I will
that.
say not all love stories end in marriage.
Yes.
Some
End in
begin
death.
some begin with marriage.
What
some
a
continue with
beautiful
marriage.
answer. Yes.
Some decide not to pursue marriage, and that's their thing, and that doesn't diminish any kind of love.
Yeah.
And
That's beautiful.
You're here.
yeah,
You're here.
and
That was a
Fuck
good
the
answer.
patriarchy.
That was a perfect answer. Yes. Yes.
they do live in the owl house together, though.
Oh, they live in the
Spare-
owl
and
house
Vulture's spare
together.
Yeah, Rain moved in.
Oh, Rain moved in.
Permanent slumber parties, ice cream parties.
They bonk it.
Not with their over the shoulder,
parties.
like that over the shoulder
They're just
moment.
like putting on their outfits. Ida's so like
That's
I don't know,
incredible.
dresses in rags because she's like
Rain is like, listen, I've arrived.
Rain's like, do you need any help? He's like, no. All right.
Let's see. Was Matt ever gonna get a palisman? And what would their name be if they did?
Ooh, that is a Zach Marcus question. A Zach Marcus question.
Zach.
Because
Okay, we'll
he
have
is
Zach
the
back.
inventor of Mythological.
Zach,
He
tweet
is
out
the
whatever you
Mythological
want.
Keeper.
Hold on, I'm gonna text that question.
And if I answer a mythological question without Zach, he's gonna be mad.
He looks funny.
Zach, that's for you. Ball's in your court. Are V and Masha dating?
I feel like we should have Zach for all these questions because he would have very
The
saucy
best,
answers.
yeah, the best.
My
answer.
favorite was when we had him on and someone was asking what Darius's Penstagram name would be. And
Oh,
he
yes!
said, I think it was J-Bo said Goo Daddy.
Yeah,
And like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
next day, people were making Goo Daddy fan art. It's amazing. Anyway, sorry.
oh shoot, I lost it forever.
I actually, sorry. Are V and Masha dating? It's hard to say because we didn't include Masha in the finale, but you could definitely see. I mean, V obviously like gets a crush on them.
Did we get a Zach response?
Children, are you going to share with the rest
My
of the
husband's texting
I
Avi.
gotta text Robbie.
My husband's not here, and he's like, "Can you tell Avi I miss them?" I'm like, "I'm so sorry."
What?
Robbie.
Robbie, what? What am I, chopped liver?
Truly. Well, he told me, he's like, "I haven't seen Sissy in so long. I hope she's not upset with me."
EXO.
Okay, so Masha V, maybe.
Masha V, yeah, maybe. That feels
Very
like
opposite.
I don't know. I just can't say anything
I feel like
solid on that.
I feel like for a lot of the relationships that weren't necessarily defined, that could be the thing. It's like, yeah, maybe.
Well, yeah, at the like.
But I like that
said
though, because
twice
like you're
before.
saying, that's up to you. Like whatever.
If it's your headcanon,
yeah,
great.
Yeah, if it's your headcanon, great.
I
Like,
manifest that
because I didn't show it on screen, it could be whatever the heck you want. Because
if
I'm
it's-
like Death of the Author. I'm gone. I'm gone now.
That's right. If it's a headcanon that makes you happy, sure.
But else
Poor
is
connection. There we go.
headcanon, you know, like.
What happened to Odalia after watching you dreaming?
She and Elidor got a divorce, and
For the best.
Shocking.
Yeah.
For the best.
and the kids happily live away from her, and perhaps they visit her when they feel they have the energy to. But it's also a thing where they're like, we recognize this is a toxic person in our life, and we don't have to put up with her if she's being a lot right now.
Huzzah.
Because everyone
So she
has
just
family.
chilled.
Welcome to family.
Welcome to
Right?
family.
Does she work at Crate Coven or whatever now?
Great coven.
Great
Or
coven.
Coven Crate, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Kiki Mora was working at.
Yeah.
Does now Odalia work there?
Uh,
I hope Odalia works below Kiki.
They got divorced.
It's also
I
been
just
what, like
specifically remember Andy was like, "Do you want to do anything about Odalia?" And you're like, "No."
maybe if we had 21 more adventures.
Never Odalia.
I don't know.
Spend that time.
No,
with Marty.
just like a nod to
Someone
what
just
happened to her.
miserable.
I will shout out to Rachel McFarlane, though, the voice of Odalia.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
as much of a hateable character as she is, part of the reason is because
'cause she
Rachel
can act her
is so
face off.
good.
Yes.
yeah.
What an incredible actress! Like, ooh.
Yes.
Yeah.
She
Where are we?
We're at the King's Tower.
Every line, I was just like, oh, I hate you.
It was just that like little bit of a nasal, just enough to be
Oh, it was good.
kind of whiny,
People
but
said she was
not.
British. She's not British though.
Oh, she's just pretentious.
Pretentious.
That don't mean that about British people.
No,
Every
the-
country can be
the two-
pretentious.
the two don't have-
Canon. Nikki hates Brits. No. I'm kidding.
The Brits are the nicest.
They are.
What's the story behind King's Tower? Who built it? Why was it hidden off any maps? And who painted the murals within?
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, I have a really dumb answer for that.
Oh boy.
Do it!
Oh,
Do the damn thing!
I have an answer for that that would, the plans
Make
we
Zach,
had.
make Zach proud.
Let's just say it had something to do. Can't.
Can't say it.
You can also just not say it.
What a tease!
I
Rebecca's
can't.
asking these questions.
Man.
You're tantalizing.
You don't have to
us.
say it.
Wait,
That makes it worse.
Why?
Knowing that we know something now that we can't know, that's worse.
Now we'll take a break. Hi, here's my face. Let's give Dana a minute to think about things.
A
Hooray!
different question.
It's an intermission.
okay, it was related to someone who, a character that you all know, who now may have amnesia. That's it. People will be able to guess it from that, but that's fine.
Were there any plans to expand on the concept of the glowing eyes that Gus and Willow had, or was it always just going to be their strong emotions gave them magic? Was there anyone else you planned on giving this ability to?
Yeah. Sorry. I thought I saw. I saw a bunch of
Yeah, I had a big question about that.
we
Yes.
were gonna go that. We were going to expand a little bit on that because you also see Alidor's eyes go pink in 220. We were gonna have a moment for other
Does
characters
Amity
to
do
be
it too?
similar. Amity doesn't do it, but that it was something we were thinking about. Like strong emotions are connected to
Magic.
You know,
Your
the
bile
strength.
sac.
Kinda,
Yeah.
kind of like when you're working out or when you're doing physical activity. Like adrenaline can make you a little more stronger than how you are on the day to day. And this would similar if you blood's pumped through your system and just feeling very intense, you can be a little stronger or a little more chaotic than you normally would, and that was going to be it wasn't gonna like play into the story in any big way, so that's not a thread that I missed, but it would have been a cool world building magic rule thing that we could have expanded on. That's something that I wish we expanded on earlier. That was my mistake as a novice.
Classic
new
Dana
showrunner.
ruining series.
Wait, can you?
Classic
Sorry, I
Dana.
missed the beginning of the question. What is it that you wish you'd expanded upon?
The glowing eyes,
glowing
when their
eyes.
eyes glow and they like get taken over by the magic. And
Like
the magic
Willow's
gets too
green
strong.
eyes, Gus's
Okay.
blue eyes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, like I said, just a world building thing that could have been cool to expand.
Yeah.
Roberta.
Another question.
She's eating for dinner. Something fell. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
You have the last one. What's the story with the mouse that looked like Alador in his lab and clouds on the horizon?
Ooh, what a good spy. I never noticed that.
So in the boards, I believe these boards were done by Dawn Han, who, in 220.
I can't remember.
I
know the reason why, but I can't remember who boarded it.
she boarded the scene of Amity and the twins hiding in blight factories while Odalia and Alador are talking about sending the Abomatons over as security for the Day of Unity, and Alador's worried, like, what the heck is this? This seems like a tad much. And he just has this pose where he's like talking to Odalia kind of like this, and like
Like a T-Rex.
like yeah, got little T-Rex arms. Like I do that sometimes. Like, but when I saw that, I was just like,
Because I don't know that you do.
yeah.
Sure.
No, but just sometimes when you're like thinking, or when you're like really focused on something, you're just like, I don't know, your hands are doing whatever.
Yeah, but
anyway,
this is different than...
no, okay, but the pose was so like I immediately just thought of like, oh, Remy from Ratatouille.
That's
So
amazing.
we when we were designing,
Ratador. I'm seeing in the
when we get to the scene where they're looking into Alador's lab, one of the board artists, I think it was Ben Home, he remembered that conversation from the initial thumbnail pitch. He just drew in this little rat that kind of looks like Eleanor, and I laughed so hard. I was just like, keep it, don't change it. Just the designers will design that. And so I was like, wait,
And they did.
will that make sense? And I'm like, yeah, it's Talisman. Like, I was just so intent on just
You're
like
set on
keep it
Ratador.
that like deep into quarantine. Making a show during quarantine is hopefully the most like it was hellish. It was
just like,
true. Just I don't know how oh man, that's a whole can of worms of just. I mean, quarantine was difficult for everyone. Making a show during it and trying to be supportive to everyone who's like just going through it all at once was.
Yeah, thank you for dealing with my personal emo Luce. When everyone's like, was it so hard making Luce depressed? I was like, no, I was
Hey, man,
super
we were
fucking depressed.
freaking
I was
depressed.
so relieved that Luce wasn't going to be like, let's go on an adventure.
I couldn't have handled that. Like,
Because I was like, when it was transitioning, I was like, it takes two cold brews to get to Luce. She's deep today.
But I think, like, knowing the context of when a show should be viewed and enjoyed as is, but also having context around how that show was made could give you a different appreciation for it, and like both ways to enjoy a show are 1000% valid. But like when the show got darker, was that part of the writers being like, oh heck yes, we can finally do the creepy horror themed things that we wanted to do, and also part of it was just like,
This is all we have.
we are like
miserable.
We
have
have
but, like,
all the darkness.
if we all tried to force ourselves to write a happy,
Like a gummy bear,
sitcom show,
Yeah.
like other shows were
Gummy bears count.
able to do it just fine, just dandy. But like us in our writer's room, we were just like, no, we're gonna put our feelings into this, and none of us regret it, and we think we came up with some cool stuff. But like,
I gotta say,
it was a kind of a dark writer's
I
room for a
appreciated
bit.
it, even though it wasn't coming out at the time, because there's some, like, during COVID, you know how a lot of shows kept filming, and they're like, they either were like, okay, COVID exists in the reality of the TV show, or it doesn't. And the ones that decided it doesn't, I was like fucking pissed at, and I was like, well, I have to wear a mask. I can't go on a walk. If someone coughs, I lose my shit. You know, like, I was like, so I don't know, I felt validated when I saw it and stuff I loved. And the fact that, like, Luce was going through it, and even, like, our jokes with the masks, like, I was like, I feel very validated that, like, my experience right now is honored, and I'm not, like, in this beautiful wonderland. Even though, like, there is a, you know, absolutely a very important space for, like, escape.
Oh yeah,
you know?
and this was still going to be an escape with a happy ending.
Yes, exactly, and it's a beautiful balance, but I didn't feel like it was totally, like, removed from reality.
But I think the other thing too is that it clearly struck a chord.
Yes.
I mean, it clearly hit with everybody because we like. Sometimes I still can't believe that like we lived through a global quarantine
And
like,
are still living.
and we're still like
This
feeling
is
the
stuff,
fallout
we'll
of it.
tell our grandchildren about, and they'll be like, "And you did what?" Like,
Yeah.
that's surreal too. That'll never make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at least I think what was extremely hopeful for all the crew was that we knew that the characters were gonna have a happy ending. They were gonna we were gonna get to celebrate.
They will make it.
Celebrate.
They are gonna Luce is gonna get to continue her studies in full force. She has this new family. Like the characters, they remain friendly and they just create a community together. We knew that it was gonna end happy.
I gotta be honest.
I do remember you saying you hated happy endings.
I know.
That's the one thing that kept coming up. You said very offhand, you're like, oh, I hate the term happily ever after. And then all I would see for years is Dana hates happy endings. We're not getting a happy ending over and over
And I
and
knew
over.
we would always have happy
And
endings.
I'm like, I know, and I knew we were going to have a happy ending. I was
Different
just like,
things.
Yeah.
It's so funny, like with the quinceanera thing too. People kept like for almost every episode of the PostHoot, someone would ask me like, "Is Luce ever gonna get a quince?" And I was like,
who knows?
I knew for so long, you know, like about the quinceanera, and I was like, who's to say? Like, what I won't really know. I was like, it was so satisfying and gratifying, especially that it was not her quince, which was like, even.
Well, I was a little.
Are they wrestling?
the pups.
Sorry. If you hear the moaning, they're very happy.
The dogs, they're happy.
Just stretching.
Yeah, it was that whole year for Luce probably was a lot. Like the next coming years, it just might be not a traditional quince, but she still does get one, and her entire chosen family
is there.
is there.
You know, as they say, the years keep coming and they don't stop coming.
And they don't stop coming. And they don't stop coming.
Don't you?
Oh my god, amazing. Are we?
Wait, we have
through?
presents. Do you want to open them on air?
Presents.
So I ran out of Scotch tape.
What?
So I didn't have wrapping paper.
I'm mad.
So Rebecca's alarmingly thoughtful.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
The other thing is, this has been a project for a couple months, and I only found Avi was going to be here 2 days ago. So Avi, I
Me too,
unfortunately
sorry.
did not
I
have
didn't have a present for you
the
either.
time.
I'm leaving.
So, wait, hold on. Pan to me, please. I bought everyone here presents.
No, you didn't.
Only, yes.
someone-
And they got delivered
No, you
on,
didn't.
evidently, according to the USPS, April 5th.
need
Only
a-
they're
I
not
need
here,
to
and they were
hold
all
on.
stolen. So I've ordered a new batch.
stolen?
There was the only package I've ever had stolen is a gift. How naughty is that? Like, I send that person so much bad juju. But I ordered a new batch. They'll be here Monday, so,
It's
a
fine.
post.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
need anything.
I think that's the other thing I want to say is a lot of people have been asking if this is our last PostHoot, and I don't know. Like if this is something that we want to keep doing,
way to leave things.
we could maybe keep doing it. If it's something you guys are interested in seeing, I would love to keep talking with people in the animation industry.
Yes,
Okay.
I love talking shop. I know so many people from the crew love talking in shop, and for animation hopefuls, artist hopefuls, illustrator hopefuls. I don't know. There's just a plethora of experience we got, and
Yeah, there's also hi. I'm standing now. There's also a lot of people from the crew that we haven't had on yet that we could also still bring on just to you know talk about their time on the show and just what they did without worrying about spoilers or anything like that. So yeah, I mean we might still do this. But yeah, just let us know if you're interested in that. I'm saying keep going.
Yeah. All right.
That one person decided it.
All right.
best.
Lots. Okay. Great.
Okay.
All right.
What are we
Okay,
doing?
we're doing a present.
I'm not in this.
Avi, I love you. I just wish I had more notice in 2 days.
So glad Avi took that so well.
Listen,
Makes it less awkward.
listen. I'm going to the restroom.
Do you know
Abby's just gonna go
Now
text
everybody knows
Roque,
they have to
so
go
who
pee.
cares?
Okay.
So I didn't have
worry
scotch
about
tape for wrapping paper, so we might just do this old school close your eyes and I'll tell you when to
Paper
open
is
them.
bad for America and nature, you know. So
Okay, so everyone just close your eyes. I'm being legit about this.
you too, Dana.
Oh, you looked, you cheater!
Who betrayed the trust?
Oh
If I didn't cheat, I wouldn't have graduated from high school.
no!
Do not follow my example.
Hold on. One of the box popped open. Okay, you can open them now.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Rebecca, you're gonna make me cry.
Shut the
Really?
fuck up.
Okay, so I did get some shout outs. Okay, so on Etsy, this random mine on Etsy, she has 3D prints of Luce and Lilith. Lilith I specifically commissioned because she didn't have one yet. So I got a Lilith commissioned.
Oh my goodness.
They already had Luce. This random mine on Etsy. Also thank you to Wender Farms on Etsy,
My gift is
who did the 3D prints for me and shipped it out to me. This friend of mine also did the box template, but I had access to the art from the show, so I slapped it on there because it made it look pretty.
Yeah.
And then also Color Images in Burbank for printing out the boxes.
Yo, God
for
bless
me.
Tony at Color Images. He's
So-
a homie.
So this was a little project. So cute. So yeah.
You opened yours? I've never
Look at
opened
these
mine.
babies.
I ran out of scotch tape, so Dana, you got painter's tape because that's what I had on hand.
I love a good painter's tape.
Oh yeah. So
my
this is a
God.
little
This
thank
is
you
the
for
most
just
beautiful thing.
for just letting me be on the show and making
ever
something cool and special and just
Oh my
like.
god.
Okay, you can take string bean on the weekend.
I brought fucking potato chips, man. Like.
But yes, so Abby, if I would have known, I would have commissioned a Rain Funko Pop.
I'm back.
Suck, Avi.
Truthfully, every character deserves a Funko Pop.
Listen.
Hey,
That's the most beautiful
Disney,
thing. Don't even
if
trip
you're
about that.
watching,
I'm again.
this could be
This
you.
could be you.
This could be you. Look how cute.
Oh my god, I am DED.
Adorable.
This is
You get to smell on her.
You get just for
I'm
everything.
I'm putting this next to the Peabody Trophy.
The Peabody Trophy.
This is as special as that, honestly.
I'll put this next to all my
But
nominations.
also, low key,
gonna have to tape the
what? You
bottom.
could get these commissioned. It exists.
So yeah, so just again, this random mine on Etsy. Please go. They have the 3D model, so they don't give you the full 3D model. You're gonna have to print it out yourself, or go to someone else on Etsy, like Wender Farms on Etsy, to print it for you. But yes, they are available, and people are making them.
It's incredible.
You could hold my sweet baby.
Hold the baby.
Like I've been doing this whole stream.
But you can have her back again.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Safety string bean.
We love that.
She's her emotional support string bean.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, what's
You're
what's
holding yours like an
her
actual
what's her
Freehold. I heard that
Freehold.
the Spanish dub. I don't know. I could be wrong. The Spanish dub. The name for string
I don't know
bean
how to say green bean in
is
Spanish though.
frijol.
I do not know how to say green bean in Spanish.
Frijol.
No, that's a bean.
small so her
Frijol verde.
literally, like,
Oh no, that's
small
green
bean.
bean. Frijol verde.
Is that it? Or you're just
Literally, how do you say a string bean?
I'm translating it. Hold on.
Do we have
Live
any Spanish speakers
translation.
here that can say how to
I
say
got Google
green
Translate.
bean?
The world's my
Oh,
oyster.
In
here's
Spanish.
a fun
What?
fact, actually, about
Go
speaking
to
Spanish.
go.
Elizabeth, who voices Camila, when we had the last line about wrapping the maduros, we had that in English. So she had to translate it to Spanish, but she didn't know how. So she actually called her mom
love
on
that.
the speakerphone in the middle of the session to help
Yes,
her
Mom.
translate it. It was really sweet.
Baby.
That's real.
Frijol
Yeah.
They're all saying frijol
That's
verde.
Yeah.
Is frijol?
I don't know.
Oh, palillo.
Paguilillo.
Palillo. Yeah, that's not as cute as
That's not as cute as frijol.
palillo.
I just like
I will
that
call her
she's
my
a little bean.
palillo.
It's just a bean. Such a bean.
Yeah. Who designed string? Was that Christian? I feel like it was. I thought it was Christian.
Christian.
We had Christian and Tristan
Yeah.
as our prop and effects team.
Honestly,
Christian
I
and
think I think two artists were bouncing off of each other because I remember someone had a couple designs and then because
Did-
of the way production works,
Right.
Nikki.
I'm trying to think.
Nikki, turn around.
Sorry, that's my villain laugh.
She's just bouncing.
Oh, it's a snake, Nikki.
Oh my god.
Snake sleep.
I love you guys.
That girl.
Mommies.
Perpetually eyes
She's a
open
shifter.
all
Yeah,
the time.
always eyes open. She's like this.
It is so sweet how it looks like she's adoringly looking up at you.
I know. The love in her eyes.
In Brazilian Portuguese, they say feijão de corda.
Whoa.
That's way long. That's too long for a name.
But come
that's true.
on,
Love
that's so
that.
cool. The
That
different ways
oh, it's
we
beautiful,
say
but it's
it.
just too long for a name.
Hate it.
Yeah.
I think that was it.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Rebecca and friends on Etsy. I'm dying.
So wait, that's string bean's name, or that's how you say a string bean?
I don't know.
We'll follow up. We'll follow up, Brazil.
We'll follow up. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here.
A million thank
We're gonna
yous.
figure out how this keeps going. But we super appreciate everybody being here. Dana, you beautiful, beautiful.
Bobby, no.
Now she's just trying to get the dogs drunk. This is how the night ends. There's vodka.
A million thank
There's
you.
vodka.
There's
A
nothing
nice,
in it.
million
a nice
thank yous.
button.
His board on the ground.
I'm gonna drink the rest of it.
Your
Owl House
Anyway.
forever.
We love you, everyone. Thank you for being here. One last bye.
Bye.
Bye.